on, everybody. Stupid doorbell messing up my live stream. Messing up my intro. Gosh darn it. Let's do that again. Welcome to the Mega Miss. I'm giving away a bunch of knives. Welcome. It's exactly what the title says. There's going to be a bunch of cool stuff, and one of the things is exceptionally epic. You'll really enjoy it. I'm just trying to center everything. Sorry about that. That was weird. God, I hate that doorbell. I cannot figure out how to get that application to not interrupt what I'm doing. Oh yeah, let's, you guys brought him up first. So if you don't know, Tri-State EDC, turn this down for a sec. Tri-State EDC's channel was terminated today. Terminated. You might ask why. He woke up and, no, let's make this real clear. He is definitely not at fault. There's definitely some, I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the incompetence of the YouTube system. He's definitely not at fault. He woke up this morning and he got an email and YouTube was like, your channel's gone. And when he looked into it, it said repeated violations of nudity or sexual content, which we all, of course, know is not true. This is definitely some sort of glitch or bug or misinterpretation, the system's misinterpretation of his content. I know that this can happen because my channel back in the day was demonetized twice by the system, and the YouTube had to manually tell the system, like, hey, stop doing this, right? After talking with a partner manager on YouTube, there was definitely an issue with the system. That's almost certainly what's going on with Tri-State's channel. So it sucks because he can't do anything. He can't alter his content right now. Now, you know, YouTube did not toss his content into the ether. It's not deleted. It's basically just off right now. So you can't find him on YouTube. He's appealed. He probably won't find out anything until next week, but I told him, and I'm going to tell everybody else, I have full confidence that Tri-State will be back. YouTube will put his channel back on. You know, I'm sure that there'll be wild conspiracies and people go all sorts of crazy, nutter butter, and YouTube is evil, all of this, right? But I'm certain that his channel will be reinstated. It's definitely an error, and it really sucks. I feel for him. Like, I remember the feeling of like all that work just like being gone, you know. So he's on a little vacation until YouTube gets their thumb out of their butts. We can, you know, just kind of we'll just see Tri-State when he gets back. Yeah, it really sucks. I couldn't imagine the horror. I remember how sick I felt when I woke up and YouTube was like, yeah, sorry, all of your content's dangerous, so you're demonetized. And I was like, what? And for a long time I thought, okay, well, this is it. This is the start of like the knife apocalypse. Like, YouTube's gonna demonetize all knife channels, and they started with me. And they were like, oh no, yeah, the thing just like misunderstood your content. Like, it was something to do with like the templates. The system didn't like my templates because there were duplicate templates in the description. So it turns out the system didn't care at all about knives. It was just like, this looks like spam. So I had to alter the way that my descriptions were. But anyways, I'm sure something weird is going on with Tri-State's channel, and I'm certain that YouTube will, you know, put it back together. Sure, you can see the knives. Here they are. I'll get them out here in a sec. I'll get some out here in a sec. Yeah, gun channels have been through that for a long time. I don't think, and you know, I said this years ago, and I'd like to point out that I was right. Lots of people were saying, knives are right around the corner, knives are right around the corner. Well, here we are 4 years later, and it's exactly as I said. They got a lot of other things that they care about monitoring than pocket knife channels. So no, I don't believe that YouTube is coming after knife content anytime soon. In fact, I think that Instagram's blanket ban is more so targeting other things that their system has been lazily programmed to identify in combination with knives. I don't think that Meta and Instagram are like, yeah, pocket knives are bad, we need to specifically go after them. I think that we're being blanket affected, and they probably don't give two shits about pocket knives. So, no, I'll say the same thing I did 4 years ago. I don't think they're coming after knives. Bradford Mitchell, thank you very much for the memberships there. You're a fool, they do. Well, you spelled "you're" wrong. It'd be Y-O-U''RE. But I don't appreciate being called a fool, good sir. Especially when you don't know how to wield an apostrophe correctly. I'm kidding. I love you. Thanks for being a channel member. No, I don't think they do. Devil's Advocate, me or you? What's up, MC and Knife Maniacs? Yeah, no, I don't think they do. I think that pocket knife enthusiasts are pretty low on their list of things they want to remove from social media. Hey, thanks very much for the donations. I appreciate that. Can't wait to get the Excalibur in my hands. I know, me too. I'm waiting for my final. I will share with you guys the final prototype. Melissa has my prototype right now. She sent me a message and said it's really, really cool. And on the prototype, the thumb studs keep coming undone. Like Neves tried to glue them, and I said if you want to, pack some red Loctite in there. But she's playing with it. You'll see an upload on her, probably on her Instagram. I don't think, you won't see like a full upload. You might see a short or something. And then ideally it would go to Taylor Martin at Best Damn EDC next. The Sting. Oh, yeah. This is the new one. Not titanium Damascus. It's actually a laser engraving. Laser anno. So it's like it's got depth to it. The texture has depth, so they've lasered one. They've lasered this texture in, and then they've anodized the base and top layers, which is really cool. M398 at 63 HRC. Very, very slicey. Sezzle or Affirm, I'll tell you what, the limitations probably have to do with Kunwu and the company and where it's based. So I don't know, they're using PayPal. So I don't know Sergio's reasoning for limiting it to that. I'm sure he has his reasons, because I promise you, it's in his best interest to sell as many as possible. But I'll bring it up to him, sure. Thanks for the content, MC. 25 from 1,000. Oh, really? Titanium Justin's almost to 1,000? Hold on, let's go to his channel. Oh, yeah, dude, guys, subscribe to Titanium Justin right there. I don't need to pin it. Just click on Titanium Justin's name or Google, or not Google, go to YouTube and type in Titanium Justin and subscribe. He needs 25 subs. I will literally sit here and monitor. I won't do a darn thing until you've subscribed to Titanium Justin and gotten him to 1,000 subs. Come on now. He's at 975. Come on now. Titanium Justin, come on, let's go. Let's get him. He's gonna do a giveaway. You can enter. Those are the ones with the great odds, right? Great odds on those. Come on now. Do I need to pin him? Huh? Do I need to pin his channel? Oops. Hold on. 976. Only one person here. Come on now. I'll make it easy on you guys. Okay, so all you gotta do, let me replace the pinned comment. The pinned comment is Titanium Justin's channel. Literally just click on that link right at the top. I pinned a link, just click on it and subscribe to his channel. We can get him to 1,000 here real quick. There we go, 998. There we go. All right, Titanium Justin, there you go. You did it! Shay, Titanium Justin just sent me a gift in the mail. He is a great dude. That's great. Justin has definitely been a part of my live community and a part of my, regular viewing community for a long time. So, very cool. You also just granted him the ability to monetize his channel. That is a big and very important milestone. Being paid for the content you create should not be the sole purpose that you create content. but it certainly does help, especially when you're trying to mitigate the costs of running a channel. It is very expensive. Operational costs of a channel, even mine, my caveman, super manual, low budget channel has a ridiculous cost associated with it. As you grow, it will naturally increase, especially if you want to keep up with the expectations of your audience. 3,000 hours, I guarantee you if he's got, I can take a look at his channel and I can tell you whether or not he's got 3,000 hours of view time. He does. Some of his videos have hundreds of views. Some of them have over 1,000. 2 weeks ago, he has one with 1.4 thousand views. But he looks to regularly get I would say his average view count is probably something like 2 to maybe 250, and he has a crap load of content. I can almost guarantee that he has 3,000 hours of watch time. Crossing Copper EDC, new YouTuber here. Thanks for all the inspiration. Oh, yeah, I'm glad. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are creating channels. I love that. Josh, why don't you think you're getting monetized? Hold on. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. 28 videos, you got 57 subs, man. Keep her going. You've got, dude, you have, 2 weeks ago, you had a video that got 763 views. You're fine, buddy. You're fine. You're doing good. I promise you, I wasn't hitting views like that at 57 subs. You'll be okay. Keep her going. And listen, to new content creators, you want to get a quick boost? For every 4 or 5 videos that you create that are long form, create one short form video that's in YouTube Shorts. Just stay by that formula. Whatever your pace is, for every 4 to 5 long form, make a short form or make 2 short forms. Stick to that formula. I promise you. Diversify. Kick videos into that short form algorithm. You never know when one's going to hit a bajillion views. I tell this story all the time. The short that has the most views on my channel, the one with the golden cicada, has 20 million views. That one short got me 100,000 subscribers. One video. So make short form content periodically. I will never hide the secrets. I will never hide content secrets. If you want to know how to do something, just ask. Have I handled the Riot Zoro? No, I was tempted by that, and also extremely tempted by the Riot. God dang it! What's that car? The GTR. Yeah. Stacy, yes, I promise you I'm going to. I can't, we had to move a whole bunch of stuff around, so I have that. It's kind of hard to explain. We had to move a whole bunch of stuff around in my house, so I can't get to it at the moment. I'll explain it when I open it, but I promise I will. Happy birthday, though. Always something chaotic going on in this house, but football season is ending, and my daughter doesn't have a break, but my son has a break for football, between football and wrestling, which means I have a break, which is nice, for about 3 weeks. Jesse Adams, I only have 445 subs, and last year I had one video just hit and get 155,000 views. There you go. That'll happen. You need a call to action. You need to give, so like if you have a video that's getting a lot of views, you need to put in the description, and you need to pin a comment that says subscribe for more. Tell people. Like, sometimes that's all it takes. Like, just tell them, like, let them know I do this a lot. You need to give them some sort of call to action. That will dramatically increase the number of people who subscribe to your channel. And just keep in mind, just because you got a sub doesn't mean they're going to watch. I would say only 2 to 5% of people who subscribe will actually watch consistently. 10% of the subscribers that you get will watch every now and then. The vast majority of the subscribers you get will watch you here and there or none at all. That's just part of it. Have you checked out anything from Poikilo Blade? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but no, I'll have to make a note here. I need to get a notebook for live streams and start writing down the stuff that you guys say. I do check my emails and I check my DMs as much as I can, and I definitely do take notes from the stuff that I see. I try to reach out to different, companies and makers and things if it's something that looks really, really interesting. So doing lives absolutely helps. Sorry, man, I was misunderstood. About what? Thank you for the donation. I'm not sure. I can't. Were you the one I was joking around with at the beginning? I cannot remember what we were talking about. But hey, it's all right, man. Whatever it was. Stacy, what is your profile picture? Hold on. Okay, it's like okay, I see. Gosh darn it. I thought it was Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. It's like an owl or like a hawk with like a purple sky, but it like zoomed out, it legitimately looks like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Look at Stacy's profile picture if you watch Dragon Ball Z and tell me that doesn't look like Frieza. What's up, YouTube Music Portal? I haven't played the new DBZ game. I've been watching Penguin Z0 play the game, and he really likes it. It looks cool. I've been playing Diablo. I finished the campaign with my Barb and got him to 60, and then I looked up a build, and I found out that Barbarians suck this season. So I was like, man, maybe I will try the Spirit. Is it Spiritborn? I tried the Spiritborn, and I got him to 55 today. I'll probably finish off the leveling this weekend, but I really like the Spiritborn. That guy is so overpowered, but I guess they're gonna leave him glitched for the season, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. I like Blizzard's like, yeah, we introduced a new character and he's broken, so whatever. I remember when they launched the Death Knight for Wrath of the Lich King, and the Death Knights were just stupidly overpowered for most of Wrath of the Lich King, and I loved it. I thought that was so fun. You know, you don't have to be a super skilled player. Your character is just overpowered because they programmed him that way. I'm okay with that. The community split 50-50. People think they're going to be nerfing him. I don't think so. I think Blizzard's pretty smart. I think they'll bring everybody up. They might nerf certain things that are like overly bugged, but do I think they're going to stop the new character from hitting for trillions of damage? Absolutely not. They want to keep their player base. The smart move is to alter the existing content to allow for the other classes to be leveled up a bit. They want people pushing those 150s, so they're not gonna nerf their baby into the ground and risk decimating their current player base. Absolutely not. A little bit. I expect a little bit of an adjustment, but not an absolute nerf. Is Nick Shabazz going to review my knife? I would love for him to, but Nick's his content is very VIP, and I don't want to interrupt his flow, and I also don't want him to feel obligated. That's the thing. I have respect for all content creators. I have an enormous amount of respect for Nick Shabazz, and I know he's very selective with what he reviews. And here's the other thing. I know that if I ask Nick, he will say yes. And I know that Nick will review it honestly, but he's so busy, and I don't want to be like, hey Nick, can you help me promote my knife? And since we've been I don't want him to think oh, god dang it, I guess I gotta do this, because he's got stuff that he wants to look at, and he's got his own reasoning for it, and he's probably got a million people like, hey, can you do me a favor and like look at my knife, you know? So if Nick comes to a point where he's like legitimately interested, then I would love to. But I don't want to be like, hey, I want you to do this, and I want you to like showcase. Like if he wants to review it, and he wants to give it like the full Nick Shabazz fair criticism, and it's authentic and it's not out of obligation, then I would be honored. But I don't want to force this idea of obligation, or even present the idea of obligation on Nick. I have too much respect for Nick. I know that, and this isn't a fear that he'll point out flaws in my knife. I'm okay with that. Nick is probably he's one of the most insightful reviewers ever, if not the most insightful reviewer ever. And so in most ways, I would love for him to review it, because it means that he can point out real criticisms that will help me evolve that in the future. I mean, I can really level that knife up having him look at it, but I want him to want to do it. Does that make sense? And it's not, and that doesn't mean that I don't respect the other content creators that I have sent it to. But I know that Nick's schedule is very different. His schedule is very different than Neve's or Melissa or Taylor Martin, right? Nick is very, very particular about the stuff that is showcased on his channel. Bottom left, well, that's Excalibur. This is an early prototype of Excalibur. Pre-order link in the description. This is prototype 1 of Excalibur. So if this looks good to you, the final variation is available for pre-order. Link in the description. But this is the earliest. This is the prehistoric Excalibur. It's been smoothed down. It's not so aggressive in the like this is honestly, we could have released it like this, and I think it would have been just fine. But it's been dramatically improved from this version, including contouring, texturing, right? We've knocked down this area here. We've got external stops, all this other stuff. We deleted the front flipper, and listen, I know I've heard you guys, some people really want that. In some way down the road way, you know, maybe we'll implement that. But as of right now, my dream for Excalibur did not include a front flipper, and Sergio and team wanted me to experience Excalibur with a front flipper to see if I liked it, and I did not. So, but I know some of you guys do, so I won't alter Excalibur in any way unless it feels ideal. Did I hear that Tri-State's channel got removed? Yes, and I talked about that right at the beginning of the stream. It's definitely an error, and I just want you guys to know the way YouTube works is they don't like obliterate. It's not like you got death sentenced, you know. It's not like YouTube hit him with a spirit bomb. No, it's still there. It's just they've turned it off. They will. I am 99.999% certain. Once it's appealed and an actual person looks at it, it'll be reinstated. Especially considering the reason that they listed was sexual content violations. No. It was like, it hit him for nudity, which is obviously wrong. Some wires were crossed somewhere. Automated systems are flawed. There was not like a person scrolling through YouTube going, who's violating our policies? You know, and they're like, yes, of course, Tri-State and all of his nudity. No, their automated system got screwed up. So it will get turned back on, but who knows? It could be next week, it could be next month. I certainly hope it's quickly, though. What do I think about the Model T? It's fantastic. So I've been carrying this. This has been in my pocket ever since I got it. Look at the action. Good Lord. They kept the stepped blade too. This looks really textured. It's actually not. They've knocked this down quite, I can feel it, but it's actually really smooth. This is beautiful. Let me give you guys a a nice close-up of this bad boy. Oh, absolutely phenomenal. Hoghouse knives they are amazing. This is RWL 34. Absolutely stunning. Just an absolutely wonderful EDC knife. More of a light switch flipper tab, but it works beautifully. So nice. What a wonderful size. Larger than I thought without feeling like a large knife, which is really, really nice. Disappears in the pocket. A lot of good things to say about this. I don't know what their base price on that Model T is, though. Does anybody know? I haven't looked it up. I've just been experiencing it. I didn't want to ruin my experience by knowing, you know, I know it's going to be hyper expensive because of what tier it is. Yeah, 8 to 850 is what I thought. That's the territory that you're in. If you didn't know, Hoghouse is on par with Koenig, with Holt, with Herman, with Shirogorov, Brown Knives, Oz Machine Company. That's the tier you're in. I have a Veli, and I love. You guys remember, I freaked out over the Veli. Freaked out. If they ever contour a Veli, I'll lose my mind. If they give the Veli some belly, give me that roundness. This is getting weird. Sorry. The WIA, that's the NAF's Lander 2. Whichever version has the crossbar lock. This one's in, this is the WIA edition that came with the WIA set. Actually, really, like, this size is so much better. Ben was just like, fine, I'll make a big one. But, yeah, this is really nice. I mean, it's, like, for all the reasons that a basic, like, straightforward classic profile knife is really good, like the WIA, of course. Of course it's good. S35VN, it's a really, really great EDC knife. Not all about having WIA, like, in your face, like, screaming at me every time I get the knife out, but it's fine. The Tanto fixed blade is the Necronaut fixed blade from Arcane Design, which is really cool. This is the type of fixed blade you carry when you're just wanting to entertain yourself with, like, a really wicked-looking knife. Has the red aluminum scales that are contoured and textured. I love the little plate up here, really cool. The edge, this is a compound Tanto, so the actual primary edge is so thin. It's just aggressively thin. I think it's really cool. It's super expensive, but very cool. Magna Cut, and keep in mind it's a fixed blade. So the HRC on that Magna Cut is 6162, which I actually think is appropriate on a fixed blade. You don't want that super, you know, hard on a knife that you might actually go out and use really hard. So I think the 6162, which by the way is still well within the optimal range, I think that's appropriate on that knife. Bottom middle blue pivot is a Skiff Accomplice, which is also up there in that territory where Hoghouse is. Skiff knives. If you don't own, if you shop in this tier, like you're big on the American stuff, God, Skiff, man. I think Skiff might be in the like if we're talking 500 to 1,000, like that range. I know that's a wide range. Let's say 750 to 1,000. I think Skiff is unbelievably underrated. I think they're absolutely top tier. Like, I know they're popular, but I don't think people get how good those are. Fugitive, thank you. Not Accomplice. The other one's the Drifter. I get his models. I have a Drifter and I have a Fugitive. That won't be my last Skiff either. I'll buy another Skiff. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I got it wrong. I'm sorry. I have a lot of knives. What's my thoughts on the Sakosha? It's awesome. It'd be an awesome $450 knife. The only problem, I want to stress this, the only issue with the Sakosha is that it was $700. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's not a $700 knife. I love CKF knives. I've got a bunch of them in my collection. Also, want to make this clear, I'm going to say it in the unboxing. I reached out to CKF to get the full scoop on how their knives are made and where their knives are made. So, hear me and hear me out. Many of you know this, a lot of you don't. Number one, CKF Knives, the owner and the business itself in terms of where it is registered is in Slovakia. It is not in Russia. They were in Russia, but they pulled the entire company back in 2020 and moved everything to Slovakia. So the business is, and the owner lives in Slovakia and the business is registered in Slovakia. The individual parts for their knives, he gave this to me willingly. He was like, yeah, no problem. They are machined in China. The parts are then sent, the vast majority of them are sent to Slovakia for final fitment and finish work. So parts manufactured in China by who knows, could easily be Riot. I have no idea. It's hype. It's whoever it is top tier, equivalent with Riot. Sent to Slovakia for final finish work. Periodically, certain parts are sent to some partner that's still in Russia. Periodically, certain one-off customs are done in Russia. Everything else is finished, fitted, hand-tuned, assembled in Slovakia. So there are the details. The mystery of CKF unveiled for people who didn't know. I heard the Kevin John rumor. I'm going to look into that. I would actually like to ask about that because that's an interesting piece to the puzzle. The one good thing about Kevin John, for those of you who remember, is the Venom. Who remembers the Venom? Because if you don't know who Kevin John is a made-up name. But it was a company who specialized in making incredible clones. Most clones are not that great. Every now and then you get a clone that's, wow, it's pretty good, or it's pretty close to the real thing. And, you know, for a lot of people, there's a good reason to pick up a clone that's a quarter the price, or an eighth of the price, or whatever. Kevin John was making stuff that was almost identical to the real thing. But they did make a unique knife called the Venom, which now, ironically, is a very rare and very valuable, authentic, unique design. That was the best thing that came out of Kevin John. So I would like to piece together that story and find out the truth of it. A lot of people claim that it is absolute, but I don't deal in rumors. I like to deal in facts. Can you have an Excalibur? Yes, if you pay for it. Sure. Just know, like, I gave away one of the prototypes. It's not going to be the last time I give away an Excalibur, guys. Like that, if I can make that happen, I'll make it happen as often as I can. You know, like I will buy my own models and give them away periodically. I have nothing against that. But obviously, right now we're limited because we're trying to fulfill pre-orders, and we're keeping this pre-order open as long as possible. We're actually nearing maximum capacity, which is crazy. So I can't reserve a whole bunch to give away because I want to keep them open for people to pre-order them. Especially knowing now that we're actually getting to that peak, which is wild. Nothing on the table is part of the giveaway. All of the giveaway knives are a secret and they're off camera. What time is it? We only been in here for 34 minutes. We're doing good, guys, with 921 of you in here. By the way, one of the knives tonight, actually, there's a bunch of really cool stuff, but one of the knives is going to make you guys really happy. I got a real spectacular knife in there. It's a knife that a lot of people don't love the price tag of, but whoever wins it for free will love it. Gen X Primarch versus Skiff Hoghouse. Okay, so you want to know which knife is the most impressive technically between Hoghouse, Skiff, and the Primarch? Let me set the foundation here. All three of the knives that you have put in this competition are amazingly impressive. Okay? I'm not dogging anything here. It's all good. I'm going to give it to the Primark. This is ridiculous. You guys, you don't understand. This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous thing to exist. The pivot, you got to go to their website and read about the pivot. This is otherworldly. The amount of effort, this is legitimately a Chinese mid-tech. This is insane. This is pure crafts. I mean, like, yeah, it's machine made, but this takes like a dedicated person to create. And it's so evident. You feel this thing, you manipulate it, you look it over. This is absurd. This is like somebody sat down with Riot and said, let's get serious. Let's find out what you're capable of, right? They sat down with Riot like a Dragon Ball Z thing, and they're like, stop screwing around. Show us your final form. One of Riot's final forms comes out in the Gen X Primark. This is insane. I still, even in my super lengthy review, I still couldn't do that thing justice. The Primark wasn't that bad. What were those? I mean, like, versus these two. I mean, it was like they had versions that ranged anywhere from 500 to 1300 or something like if you got the Zerkatai version. I think they started at like 550 or something like that. C. Taylor says, I love this guy. I love this guy. I love C. Taylor, whoever he is. He's got a nice picture there. Looks like a nice, is that Elon Musk? Maybe that's him. I don't know. From a distance, it looks like Elon Musk pondering his own image in the mirror. The giant Tanto is the Necronaut fixed blade. If you hear kids screaming in the background, nobody's in trouble. The kids in the neighborhood like to play. There's a bunch of kids in my neighborhood. They all play kickball. So they're out there in the street. They've set up bases. It's actually really cool. Like, the kids in this neighborhood are awesome, and my kids play with them all the time. There's probably like 12 or 14 of them out there playing kickball. Just no phones, no tablets. They're just playing kickball. It's awesome. Yeah, super cool. Like, the parents in this neighborhood, the kids in this neighborhood, very active, like, outside all the time. I love it. Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, but listen, have you ever come to Central Kansas? Like, you got to find something to do here, you know? We don't like to, I'm not judging anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody how to parent. Like, you're a parent, like, you know what's best for your kids, right? I don't give my kids an enormous amount of screen time. My kids are allowed to play video games a little bit on the weekend, but during the week, get home, you do your chores, you can watch a little, you know, if they have like an episode of some show they want to watch, that's fine, but after that, it's outside. Or homework, piano, you know, kids are in piano. The sports keep them busy, though, so they don't have, like, any additional free time. They're just itching to get outside and play with the neighbor kids, so. If we're on a trip, like, if we're going on a trip, like, yeah, sure, you know, watch a movie, you play some video games if we're on a trip, sure. You know, because you're stuck in a vehicle. But, like, there's no reason to be, if it's a really nice day outside, there's no reason to be sitting on the couch, you know. The irony is that my job involves me having my face, like, buried in a screen all the time, and I want my kids to have a similar childhood to mine, you know. That's just me. Yeah. He says he grew up in Central Iowa, so you know. Yeah. You get creative, you know. We got a lot of open space out here, which is great. So they have plenty of room to play kickball, like, without damaging the neighbor's property. Do I have any examples of carbon fiber copper foil scales on a knife? I do, but they're buried. And let me tell you, you said you're considering getting some, putting on a Damascus, thinking of getting some and putting on a Civivi Damascus. But yeah, I love that material. I've said it many times. I love it. I think that it looks awesome. So you can take my word for it, but nothing within immediate reach. But yeah, I love how it looks. I would produce Slipknot, so I love Slipknot. Do you not like Slipknot, Jason? I love Slipknot. I think they're awesome. Corey Taylor's awesome. I have been enjoying the Neptune. This was carried a lot before I got the Hog House. This is awesome. I have probably fired this. Oh, I bet I've fired it 300 times. Not a single failure. Still just absolute, so powerful. And the lockup is so solid. God, it's so solid. It's like the tiniest little bit of movement. It's like nothing. Awesome knife. The background music right now is... Hold on, I'm closing tabs here. It is... Volley Fire on Game Boy. Got the new military. Kaiser did well with that model. Good. Kaiser usually does a good job. What's a knife? All the way to the bottom left. That's the Excalibur prototype. This is the first prototype of Excalibur that I received. And do you know how hard it was for me to keep this a secret from you guys? I received this 6 months after we started, like when I greenlighted Kunwu to do this. 6 months later, I got this, and it was so hard to keep this a secret. So hard. And I think I announced the fact that it was going to happen, like, shortly after I received this, but, like, not showing this to you guys for an additional 6 months was so hard. You can pre-order this knife right now by opening the description. The final version. This is prototype 1. We're now at the final variation, which is version 4, with all of the updates and everything that I wanted to do, but this was the dinosaur. How much did that one prototype cost? I don't know. Kunwu didn't charge me anything. They just had faith that it would make it work. So, I have no idea. Honestly, I don't even know what steel they used on the prototype. I never asked Sergio. I've carried it and used it, like, extensively. It's been fine. It's probably LMAX. Just, I mean, like considering what they use, they probably used LMAX just for the proto, but, like, it's razor sharp. This was the one that I carried the most while I was doing all the testing. Do I have any interest in making a knife by hand? I think it would be really fun to learn, but I don't know that I would want to do that, like, full time. I think just for educational purposes, to, like, actually experience it, it would be really fun, but I think that I would, just based on, like, when I have to sharpen something, like, I love the KME, but when I have to get the KME out to reprofile something, which is very rare, like, it's fun for the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm just irritated. You know, because I obsess over it and I try to get everything even, and like after an hour I'm like sweating and my fingers are all gross, and they're all like, I'm trying to touch for the burr, and like I'll accidentally run my finger up on the edge and I'll cut it, and I'll goof up on the back and give it a smile, and I'll start getting irritated and I'll just start sweating, and like the anxiety, you know. The old prototype had a front flipper, yeah. The final version does not. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't like how it looks in the closed position. I don't like the closed position with the front flipper. I just think it looks like a rhinoceros or like a unicorn. I just don't like it. Oh, you know what it looks like? It looks like Guile from Street Fighter. With his buzz cut. It just looks like, you know, what they thought a typical, stereotypical American looked like. Sorry, it's over the white here. But that's what it looks like to me, is Guile from Street Fighter with the stupid haircut. Thank you, Adam. I just think a front flipper kills an aesthetic unless it's super subtle. This music right now is giving me anxiety because I remember the game. I remember the game. I was so mad. I borrowed this. I traded my for like 2 weeks. I traded Game Boy cartridges with a kid on the playground, and he really wanted to play Super Mario 2, like the Super Mario Land 2, which is an awesome game on Game Boy. And he's like, I got Tiny Toon Adventures, and I was like, oh my god, I love that show. And I traded him. I was like, man, this game is dog shit. I was so irritated that he got to have a joyous experience with my precious Mario Land 2 game, and I got this liquid camel shit Tiny Toon Adventures games. Bab's Big Break. God, I'm looking at the freaking cover of it. It's just anxiety. Awful. I got took. He gave it back. But I was like, give me that. Take this game back. Whoever bought this for you didn't love you. You got this for Christmas? Whatever relative got it for you didn't love you. Sorry. Have a nice day. Have a nice recess. What do I sharpen with? A KME. I can't do it by hand. I'm not that precision. Normally, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I go through, I carry so much stuff. Most of the time, it's just a strop. And you can see where I've screwed up here. But most of the time, it's this USA made blade strop that I got however long ago, and it's just compound, and I just strop it. Most of the time, I don't need to resharpen blades. I just strop them, and that brings the edge back to life on most of the stuff that I carry. And I feel like a lot of people who carry a lot of knives regularly will tell you the same thing. A lot of times, you might think that your knife is dull and you got to sharpen it. And most of the time, you just need to strop it. KME sharpeners? Yeah, you should look them up. I love my KME. KME with diamond stones. They're expensive, but like they are. I'm pretty sure they do everything in the United States, which I thought was really cool. I've always just stayed with that. I've been sent a lot of free sharpening equipment, but I don't know. I feel really loyal to KME. I always tell people to go with that because it's a really cool system. I like it a lot, and I don't know. I've probably like legitimately sharpened 40 or 50 knives on that thing, and it's always done a good job. Even with me, who's a slob and an idiot when it comes to sharpening, I still feel like I can get a good edge with that thing. Yeah, you guys sold out the Excalibur Stonewashed. That's when Sergio and I got nervous. We're like, oh my god, people are actually going to sell this thing out. Like, we waited so that we could make a capacity that we thought no one... There was no way that you guys would actually buy them out. Like, he was like, we can make so many, there's no way. And you guys actually sold one of the models out. That's what made us nervous. And that's why I say, like, I'm not going to, buy a bunch of my own knives and give them away because I want to keep the pre-order open. Eventually, we'll give away more, but I want people to get them. So that's what made me nervous, was the Stonewash one selling out. I thought the DLC one would sell out first. Thank you. No, you said congrats on the success. Thank you for buying my knife. I appreciate it. I think we're at... The last that I checked, I think we're at 1,300 pre-orders, which is insane. Sergio laughed at me, but I'll say this again. My goal for Excalibur was to sell 500 throughout 2025. I'll say that again. My goal was to sell 500 through, like, by the end of 2025. We are not to the end of 2024, and we have 1,300 something pre-ordered. So, yeah, that made me a little nervous. I want you guys to have these. I didn't realize people were going to be on it. Brandon Jacks, yeah, I think you'll be okay. I don't have exact numbers on all the different versions, but like you can pay in 4. I don't want to incentivize paying for something that you're not ready to buy yet. So if you're not comfortable paying for it yet, then by all means, like just save and wait. But if it makes you more comfortable to pay in 4, there's an option to pay in 4 payments. The fixed blade is the Necronaut. It's the Necronaut fixed blade, which is actually available in a bunch of different configurations on the Arcane Design website. It's very cool. It's much more designy. Like, it's totally functional, but this is definitely like, if you want to carry a designy fixed blade, that's what this is. It's extremely comfortable. I personally would love it if it was just a little bit bigger, but that's just for my hands. I can still get a good grip on it. If they had made it an 1.5 inches bigger and extended the handle and blade a bit, I think it would be perfect for me. But it does, admittedly, it does fit my hand. Tri-State will mark my words, he will get his channel back. That's definitely an error on YouTube's part. For the reasoning that they deleted it, excessive sexual content and nudity, he makes jokes, but nothing severe. Nudity is very specific. You have to be naked on YouTube for them to hit you for that. And as far as I can remember, I don't think he's ever been naked on YouTube. So he said he woke up and they hit him with that. So something's amiss. Yeah, Tri-State's not on YouTube right now. He's on a little vacation. I chatted with him. He's in good spirits. I think he knows too. Like, this is an obvious error. The irritating part is he can't do anything. He can't mess with content. He can't upload content. It sets you back. He's also not making ad revenue for this entire time. When I was demonetized, twice, by the way, I didn't make any money during that. So you're just down. YouTube is just like, sorry. And they don't, they're not going to do anything about it. Now, if they reinstate him within a certain amount of time, they will give back whatever, because they remove all of his all of his payments for that whole time period. So whatever he's made, like in the last month or two, they won't give that to him if they don't reinstate his channel. If they do reinstate his channel, they'll give that to him, but they will not pay out whatever he would miss in those days for monetization, which sucks. Because there's definitely some ad revenue there that he's just going to miss out on, and that really sucks. I didn't get taken off of YouTube. I got demonetized. They were like, you can stay on YouTube, but you're not. Yeah, their system like falsely identified me as like promoting dangerous acts, which eventually I got to talk with an actual person at YouTube, and they're like, sometimes the system misidentifies the structure of certain channels. So in your case, it was your descriptions. You had too many that were identical, and it looked like spam. And the system at the time was programmed to recognize certain links as associated with dangerous things. So it was a combination of things, but mine got reinstated, and it happened again, and then immediately reinstated. And I talked to the YouTube person. They're like, you have to change the initial text in your description, or the system's going to keep flagging you. So it was a learning thing for me. I was one of the first, or if not the only cases of a knife content creator being demonetized on YouTube. An astronomically rare scenario due to a weird error on my part, or something that I was doing that the system was flagging. But I think I was one of the only knife content creators in existence, like doing what I do, like tabletop reviews. I think I was one of the only ones in history to be demonetized. B says hello. Say hello to Bees for me. I know when I got demonetized, it scared everybody. I was demonetized around 40 or 50,000 subs, which was enough to scare a lot of people. I remember talking with Taylor Martin about it, and also, what's his name in the... God dang it, this is actually really disrespectful. I don't mean any disrespect. What's his name with the that does the van stuff, and he's like does the travel stuff, but he's also into knives. It concerned both of those guys. And I think that not Zach. No, not Zach. The other one with the beard, the long. It's not Zach. It's another guy with the beard, the long blonde. Talonsai and Taylor Martin were both like, holy crap. It's funny now, But I remember like the echo of that happening. They were like, "Oh my God, it's happening. We're all done for," you know. And so when I got remonetized, they were like, "Woo, jeez," you know. I wasn't a huge channel back then, but I was big enough that I had people worried. I like Talonsai. I loved his when he walked through his collection. I thought that was so interesting. Some of the most interesting content on YouTube is watching other content creators go through their collection and seeing how diversified it is, because you really get an idea of like what appeals to them. You see a lot of consistency, a lot of design elements that they gravitate towards, but every collector has wild cards in their collection that totally, you think you've got a gauge for what it is that they're into, and then they've got like super weird stuff. And I always thought that was so interesting, and it made me feel validated in my really all over the place taste. I was like, yeah, I don't have to collect like one specific thing. I can just like gravitate towards things that I like in the moment. So I really enjoyed watching his collection video. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I will celebrate monumentally when Tri-State gets his channel back. I will make a big deal out of it. Honestly, right now, guys, just remember, like, Tri-State is, to my knowledge, full-time on YouTube and literally cannot make money right now. This is how he pays himself. So it would be a good idea to go and support him on Patreon, just in the event that he has a little trouble getting it back. I'm sure that he has inexpensive tiers, but I know that it would mean a lot. In fact, give me a sec here. That's actually a good idea. I should have been doing that this whole time. Let's see if I can just pull up his Patreon. Give me a sec here. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is, and it's up to you guys, but I'm actually gonna link Tri-State's Patreon, and if you can support him in any way at the moment, because this does really suck. Just imagine, like, you're like, hey, you don't have a job and you can't get paid. I'm sorry, like out of nowhere. A normal job doesn't work like that. It's a risk that we take as content creators, but let me edit this. It's a risk that we take as content creators, so it is definitely, you know, partially on us for doing what we do full time. But this risk, if it happens, what happens with Tri-State is you can't make money. So if you are able to, it's totally up to you. Click the link at the top, expand it, and click the link, and go support Tri-State on Patreon. That would be a really cool thing for you to do. So I'll leave that up there. It does. I mean, like that's a good point. I shouldn't have worded it like that. Actually, Jace Lucas says that does happen to people, though, and he's absolutely right. It absolutely does happen to people with a job outside of content creation. And I don't mean to, like, you know, oh, woe was me. You know, we have it so hard as content creators. I don't mean to put down anybody else. I'm sorry for wording it like that. It was my fault. But that absolutely does happen to people. And it sucks. You know, he's in a position where he's unable to make money at the moment. And it could be that his channel gets reinstated, you know, on Monday or Tuesday. But it might be a whole month where he's not able to generate anything, which sucks. So. Cole got his channel removed from YouTube due to an error on YouTube's part. They hit him for nudity and sexual content, which is obviously not the case. Something's going on, but it's going to take a while for anybody to get back with him. So he's just sitting there in limbo, and you literally can't watch his content. He can't make money, and no one can watch his content. If his channel gets reinstated, all of his uploads will be reinstated as well. But as of right now, he's essentially dead to YouTube. So. Now, they won't remove your channel for a joke like that. Normally, they'll give you strikes. Like, that's the thing that sucks. The system identified a bunch of content all at once, you know, falsely. as being a problem. So normally you get strikes. You get a strike and then you get another strike. And after 3 strikes, then you get removed. But the system was like, all at once, they didn't even give him strikes. They just said, you're done. And usually when that happens, you're either actually doing something like evil or it's an error. And most of the time, it's an error. Sorry, I just spilled my beverage. What time is it? Oh my God, we're an hour in. We're okay. We're all right. Time's getting away from me here. Yeah, they got him for that. That's what did it. It's his mustache. Tri-State's mustache was far too sexual for YouTube. They couldn't have it. You know, there's kids watching YouTube. You know, I mean, every now and then my wife watches YouTube. I get nervous. You know, I don't want her to happen across the old stash. I'll tell you what. I missed a super chat? Okay, sorry. Peter Miller, Tri-State. Oh, yeah, well, I saw that one. What was this? Oh, yeah, here we go. Derek, thanks for the donation. What would you do if you find a receipt from AliExpress showing that every knife your wife gave you, other than the arch nemesis, was a near-perfect clone? Well, I'd be a fraud. I'd be a joke for not being able to identify that. So I think I would have an internal crisis, like an identity crisis. I would question everything. You know, I consider myself not a professional of anything. Try to make that a regular thing. I'm a professional of nothing. But as somebody who's handled a lot of knives, I feel like I should be able to identify a clone, especially considering I've handled so many, at least versus the stuff that I've handled. If you were to hand me a clone of something I'd never handled before, I'd be like, I don't know. You know, but like a Shiro clone or a Hinder clone, I'm pretty sure I could tell the difference. I fully believe that there are clones out there that are nearly as good in terms of quality, but they have little designer trait flaws. A lot of times Hinder clones have hardware flaws, like issues with how the hardware looks, or spacing issues, grind issues, right, where the logo placement is, like little tiny things. They don't get that stuff right. What's the best slip joint currently? I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't know. I like the one that Advanced Knife Bro released. Jim Tillapaw, thank you so much for joining Knights of the Round. Knights, raise your swords. Remind everybody you can help out Tri-State EDC because he currently cannot generate revenue, and this is his full-time job. You can help out Tri-State EDC by contributing to his Patreon, which is linked at the top of chat. Thank you very much, Christopher Wheeling, for the membership there. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't like clones. Here's the thing. Like, this is my current stance on clones. And I'll do another video on clones because I honestly, every time I do a video on clones, I just really like riling up the Reddit community because they always get upset. Every time I release a video on clones, I get real sarcastic and I do the voices and it pisses everybody on Reddit off. I find extreme enjoyment in stirring up Reddit because they can't do anything. All they can do is piss and moan. And the ironic part is they always link my content, so it ends up driving a decent amount of traffic to the video, which I don't know if they realize that, or I have to assume they realize it. It's funny. But my current stance on clones is I don't like them. It's essentially, you know, design theft. But if you're in a position where you just absolutely have to have that look and you're saving money, it's your money. At the end of the day, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to. Who cares? I don't know if I should buy this because Metal Complex will judge me. Who gives a shit? It's your money. You earn the money. You buy whatever you want, right? Ultimately, a lot of people who buy clones end up buying enough clones that they decide they want the real thing. And then they go ahead and buy the real thing anyway. In a lot of ways, clones are a catalyst to the purchase that eventually ends up supporting the original designer. Ironically, in a situation where you don't buy the clone, you may not go down a path where you end up supporting the original designer. So if you have to go down that path, fine. You know, if it's a learning process for you, fine. We all have our own paths. There's nothing wrong with like exploring the knife world the way you want to explore it. But if you want me to reduce it to how I feel emotionally about it, I don't like design theft, especially when companies will clone a knife, not copy or take traits from, right? Because my own design borrows traits from a ton of different knives, as I've talked about. If you're copying it line for line, and especially if you're copying the logo, you're stealing it. It's theft. So there you go. A lot of people like to say I'm a gatekeeper. You know, you're not cool unless you buy the real thing. No, I'm not saying that. There's tons and tons of original designs out there that are not expensive, right? You don't have to pay a bunch of money to enjoy the hobby. You don't have to buy an expensive knife to be cool, right? Do what you want. You earned your money. Did Vespa really improve Microtech? I would argue that. I would need to handle them both side by side. I'm sure there are elements that are probably more preferable, but if there's no way if the overall knife is like better. You know, I don't know that I would agree there, but I still, if they're doing line for line, even if they don't copy the logo, it's still like, come on, just make your own. How hard is it to just take the idea and sculpt your own frame and sculpt your own blade? The idea there is not, let's make a good knife. It's, oh, this is popular, let's just take it. They don't care about their customers. They don't care about value. They care about your money and your attention. You could argue that the same is true for any company selling any product, but the difference between Microtech and Vespa is that Microtech is still invested in their audience. They still want to deliver a good and quality product. They also want your money, but they also want a good reputation and they want to deliver original designs. So there's some integrity involved with Microtech and no integrity involved with a company like Vespa. That's my take. The more we dig into this, the more that I'm going to get super loud and opinionated about it. If it's too good to be true, exactly. If I could only have one knife, what would it be? Probably the arch nemesis. The arch nemesis that my wife gave me. Yeah, that'd be it. Yeah, as an artist, I can only imagine as an actual artist, intellectual property is extremely important, especially we live in a time period where artificial intelligence gives people the ability to just take whatever they want. Yeah, it's very important, right? I mean, if you're a lazy consumer and you just want it right now, like, sure, but if you're like creating something, your perspective changes very quickly if your livelihood depends on it. So yes, intellectual property is important, and people who seek legal act. I don't agree with all of the legal action that's been taken in the knife world over the last decade or however long, but legal action taken against intellectual property theft, yeah, I'm in huge support of that. Sue them if you can. Definitely fight that. Definitely. It makes it incredibly difficult for people who want to pursue that path. You know, as a career, it just makes it, if we were like, okay, everybody can just take whatever they want, and then imagine you want to pursue a career in that, well, you're screwed. Because everybody can have everything. If you make it, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to everybody. That sucks. Show the knife in between the OTF and Winter Blade. Where is the OTF? Oh, this one, yeah. This is the one that's from, this is available or was available on the Knife Nuts podcast website. This is an Ivan B design. The KNP edition specifically. M390, this is one of only 8 in existence, but the carbon fiber is beautiful. Stop talking politics. Stop. I don't care. I'm not a political channel. I keep my political stuff to myself. I'd rather keep the politics out of it. Vote. Do your political stuff somewhere else, please. Please. I don't want to associate my channel with anything political. It just causes divide. Whatever your opinions are, I'm sure they're valid in their own way. Think whatever you want. I don't want it here. Please. I hate it. I vote for knives. I vote for knives. I like knives. I like pocket knives. Look at pocket knives. They're cool. Look at them. They're shiny. They're sharp. You can cut things open. You can use pocket knives to open boxes with other knives in them, and then you can have more knives to open the boxes with more knives in them. I love that. That's my favorite thing. Vote for Pedro. I know the vast majority. If you didn't know, if you're like, I wonder if MC's audience is overly political. If you didn't know, this should be an indication. Most of us don't want it here. This is where you are. This is the community that you're in. The people who are here would much rather talk about knives. Sometimes I force them to talk about Pokemon cards and Diablo and Dragon Ball Z and other stuff that they're not interested in. But they definitely, most of them don't want to talk politics. Oh boy, 1,350. Wow, there's a lot of you tonight. Hello. Hey there. What a great time for a bathroom break. But before, no, you know what? I'm not going to promote my Patreon is there. You can find my Patreon. It's there. If you want to support me on Patreon, that's fine. Tonight we're promoting Tri-State's Patreon, which is linked at the top of chat. So I can take a night off of that, or a week off of that for Tri-State. So we'll leave that up there. But I desperately need to use the old bathroom. So I made it a long time tonight. I'll be right back. Enjoy each other's company. All right. I think it's probably time to reveal the prizes, don't you guys think? A couple of these knives have to be put away. I will, just because I love doing it. Still with the number joke. That'll never die, huh? Let's take a look at the old Excalibur. So this is a fully handmade custom Excalibur Bergam. This is my probably the most impressive thing in my collection, depending on who you ask. But this is all Daltanium. So we have sole authorship. He creates this material himself with commercially pure titanium, obviously a lot of zirconium. It's an integral, though. Look at these beautiful layers. Beautiful layers. Had to wait a long time to get this boy made. We also have a very special Sanmai, mirror polish Sanmai blade here that he also makes himself. So this is quite the special boy here. This is a Excalibur Bergam Unnamed. Yeah, this is a special piece to me. Very happy to own that one. I know people always get on me and they're like, you're wearing one glove and you're touching it. The idea is to be able to manipulate it, stabilize it with my left hand, because these areas don't matter, and not touch the surfaces with my right hand, since that's the right hand is where that's going to contact. But where's that case? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's a real special knife. That is, that's one of the most, that's definitely, like, I think that's, in terms of craftsmanship, that's probably the most impressive knife that I own. Another very impressive knife in a different way, the other end of it is from a machining end of it. If you want to take a look at something that is very impressive in terms of machining complexity, is the Lesbar Aviator. This is a Bifrost Aviator in Damasteel, which is also a custom knife, but very, very complex in terms of machining. Very expensive to do this. This is not a lot of people think, if it's CNC, you just push a button and a knife pops out. No. This is extremely complex and very impressive. This is one of the newest additions to my collection. This is mine now. And I'll keep that knife forever. Let's see, what else needs to go in the old vault? Probably this guy. Put the skiff away. That goes in a different case. A lot of these have their own individual cases. I got the primary large case is open, so I'm trying to put these back. That was the gift from my wife this year for our anniversary. Was the Shirogorov 111. That's a user. And there's still one slot open. What's the knife that has the open slot? Oh yeah, the Primark. The Gen X Primark also goes in the big case. Or one of the big. Now I have two. I have two 80 slot cases. Two 80 slot cases, three 40 slot cases, and one fat knife case that's got 12 slots. So that's the that's what we're this room is packed with knives, is what I'm saying. The rest of these, because they go in different cases, or they go back in containers because I haven't reviewed them yet, it's just going to go around the edge. Okay, it's time to make sure that you're entered, okay? So, you need to do this. Oh no, I lost my glove. I tossed it over the edge of the table. Okay, bad toss. Do this. Make sure that you do this right here. You got to do it. If you're just joining, or if you've never been a part of my live streams before and you're thinking, so just comment in chat, no, you have to do this. Specifically, there's a link in the description. Open up the description, click the link that says enter here. It's a short video. It's like less than a minute. Just goes over the rules. You don't have to buy anything. Just click that link, leave your comment. Oh, that's on that. I'm just trying to give people time to enter. May I please win this time? Hey, if luck is in your favor, I'll be more than happy to send you a nice collection of knives. We got 8 knives and a little bonus item I'm going to send you. I found a neat little pack of bonus items I forgot I had, so this will be fun. Every pack moving forward will include one of these, and I think you guys will be excited about it. But I have a really nice knife in this package to give away. There's always one knife that's premium. I got a bunch of cool stuff. One of them is like kind of mid-range, but one of them is definitely premium, and I think you guys will be happy about it. Yeah, the guy who won the Chavez driver, he was pretty excited about that. All right. We only got 10 minutes left, so we gotta wrap this up. So what do we have here? Let's do the less expensive stuff first. I don't know where these came from. If you don't know, I have a box with like stuff that I need to give away, and I don't know how stuff ends up in this box. It just depends on how I put it in there. So this does not have the right pouch, or I don't know what this pouch is to, but both of these are like the Cubist variants from Kaiser. So, or I guess this is the Bearish. So this is 154 cm. It's a little button lock, right? But there's also another one in here, and it's orange. So I'm going to give you both. This one's in Nitro V. So one's in 154 and one's in Nitro V. So you're going to get these. Very cool. Not this one. Not this. You're going to get both of those. I have a bag here, like a production bag. And it's like a large slip joint. I think these are VG10. Yeah, really nice. Like super nice. In fact, all these are fingerprints. It's actually finished like super well. So a nice slip joint from Beg. Nice half stop or mid stop there. Really good looking. I believe these are VG10. They might be 14C28N, but that one's also going to be there for you. I'm trying to keep all the packaging together. We have another Kaiser, actually, and this one is a nice guy. Very basic knife design, if that's actually what's in here. Who knows? Yeah. Straightforward Kaiser knife guy. Nice guy. No, knife guy would be a good one, too. But we have the... I think these are actually aluminum scales. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. This one's got a little mark on it. Just a little tiny mark, like, right there. In fact, I bet I could just get rid of that. Let's see. Okay, so it does not have a mark on it. We have a Nitro V blade. Nice choke up spot. Extended jimping. Look at that. Nice. Who designed this? Ozzo. Yeah. That's great. Liner lock. Very cool. That one there. Next up, what do we got? We got something in a CJRB pouch. Oh, yeah. I forgot the name of this one. This is a newer design from CJRB. Compound Tanto, black with the tan. We have AR RPM 9. Can you guys help me out with this? What's the name of this one? Help me. Help me. What's this called? Bologna? Bologna? Okay. There you go. We have another one from War Spear. This is I think this is my last War Spear. These are $30. It's my favorite. I don't know who War Spear is. I don't know if they heat treat their stuff properly, but they feel like, you know, well made. It's got double clutch. That's the issue with this model. But these were sent, fine, whatever. You know, I don't know enough about the company, but they seem well made, right? It's D2 and G10, so you'll get that one. We have a Devo. I think this is the titanium pony stout. I can't remember what the blade steel is. I feel like it's 14C28N. We have titanium and I think 14C28N, but it's one of the mid-range knives that I'm giving away. So you'll get that one. It's an excellent EDC knife. Devo makes really, really good stuff. I really enjoy this one. Definitely got a nice positive review there. It's S90V. Okay, never mind. It's S90V. So there you go. I think that what's throwing me is I remember the price on this being well under $200. Am I wrong about that? Yeah. So there you go. I think that's kind of a hard one to get right now. I don't think you can get these anymore. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we got those there. And then let me reveal the little bonus before I do the premium knife. I found a package, and I don't know who sent me these, but these are titanium Damascus lanyard beads. Like solid titanium Damascus. So I have a bunch of these. And, like, for a while... Why is this... What is this? Why is this, like, capped off? This isn't a lanyard bead. What is this? Maxays. Am I wrong about this? This is like a cap to something. Okay, well, I can't give this away. Listen, I don't know what good this would do. I thought this was a lanyard bead. What is this a cap for? Does anybody know? A lanyard cap? I don't need it. Should I give it away? I don't know what this is for. I don't know. I don't know what it's for. I'll let that, like, it's, I thought it was a bead. I have a whole bunch of them. I'll have to ask Max. Whatever. You can have it. I don't know what it's for. It's yours. The premium knife is a Benchmade, and it's a bug out. The 535 BK07 in M390 is the big boy tonight. Did we seriously run out of music? Hold on. Can't have that. I can't have awkward silence. There we go. So the knife that you're gonna win, the final like ultra premium knife, is it? Oh, it's this is very new, guys. So there you go. This is aluminum with the teal. So you have like a gold aluminum, and then you have a black washed M390 blade. This feels so much better than the standard bug out. I much prefer the full metal scales on the bug out, just because it doesn't feel cheap. Like, this definitely feels like a super nice knife. Now, these are hyper expensive, definitely, but you don't have to worry about that if you win this knife, because it's yours for free. This was complimentary from Benchmade. They sent me a whole bunch of stuff and said just give it away. So that was one of them. You're gonna get the box. I kept the sticker in there. It's all brand new, right? So that'll be yours. Good? Good haul? All right. I don't know what you're going to do with the Damascus cap. It's just a chunk of titanium Damascus. I don't know what to do with those. I thought they were beads. How cool would that be if that was like a valve stem cover for your car? That'd be great. Okay. So here's what you're winning. If you win tonight, you're getting all this. Give me a sec. I'm getting the link here. What do we got in here for population? 1,600 people. Wow. Wow, there's a lot of you tonight. I hope you guys are using that link for Tri-State's Patreon. At the top of chat. He got booted from YouTube unfairly. He has no idea why they booted him, but he can't make any money right now. So if you can help him on Patreon, there's a link at the top of chat. Okay. Oh, let's make sure we got the right link here. Sorry, I don't want to link the wrong video, because that just wastes time. Okay. We're going to refresh the page. There we go. Here's the link. I'll let you guys look at it. Right date and everything. There we go. Filter duplicate users is on. Get YouTube comments. We're gonna let that cook. Oh boy, that was lame. Sorry. $1,750 comments. So there's your odds. There's your odds right there. The winner of all 8 knives, including the Devo, the Pony style, I think that was an exclusive, an S90V, and the Benchmade bug out in aluminum and, wait, I got a comment here. They are valve stem covers? Really? Are you serious? Hold on. I got a whole bag of these. Where'd those go? Are you serious? I'll put those on my vehicle. Oh, they are? I'll just give them all. If they're here's what I'll do. Let's just make this easy. I'll give you all 4 of them. Let's see. Does it say? Holy crap, they are! No way! I'll give you all 4 of them. I'm not going to give you one. I'll give you all 4 of them. That's cool. Oh my God. Had I known this, I'd have put them on my own vehicle. Damn it. All right, you can have all 4 of them. That's awesome. That's amazing. That's what I was like, that'd be so cool if that's what they were. Okay, well, here you go. What an awesome idea. I didn't even read the label. Okay, yeah, you can have them all. Okay. The winner of 8 knives and 4 titanium Damascus valve stem covers is... Ready? Will Liam 32 says, good luck, everyone. Let's find him. You're going to want those valve stem covers. God dang it, those are so cool. Dang it! I would not have given those away, but I already promised I totally would have kept those. I'm literally gonna message Max Ace and be like, do you have more of those? I really want those. Willie boy, we got a blue W. Where you at? Come on now. You don't want to miss out on those titanium Damascus valve stem covers. Come on. He's got until 10:27 my time. Dude, this guy is not here. Has anyone seen him? Somebody said he's here. Will, you gotta keep... You can spam. Everybody else, slow down. Slow down and let Will spam so I can see him. Slow down. Everybody else, chill. Chill. Please. Will, you need to type repeatedly in chat. Like, I'm giving you permission to just spam the heck out of chat so I can see you. I know we got a manual process here. It's real caveman, but this is just how we do it. Dude, I haven't seen him. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's here. I see him. Good deal. Will's here. All right, Will. You did it, man. You did it. You want all this stuff. And valve covers. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name. And, yeah, I mean, you don't need anything else. Your shipping information, obviously. Like, your first and last name and your shipping information. But please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your shipping information. And you're good to go, man. I will respond to you no later than Friday of next week. Don't freak out if you don't get an email back from me right away. I promise you'll get your stuff. Including the gentleman who won last week. I'm still a little bit behind. You'll get your stuff. It's just we're still days back from crazy weekends. But, yeah, you'll get an email from me. Guys, I'm late, so can I give away some memberships here? Let me give you guys 10 before I go. I have to sign off like super quick here because my wife needs help, and I'm 2 minutes past stream time here. So here's 10 more memberships from me. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Congratulations to Will for winning an epic haul tonight. Please use those covers. I would love to see those on a vehicle. Send me a picture, Will, if you install those. I think that's really cool. Yeah, that's it tonight, guys. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much to my patrons. Please remember to help support Tri-State on Patreon. That's going to be it. Hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.